Hello everyone and welcome to another traditional draft of Phyrexia OVP1, and I will be also making those Shadows over Innistrad remastered drafts, but I will at least for now continue to have these all will be one drafts as well on the channel. So the next video will be uh, Shadows over Innistrad. I will start with the Kaya now, which of course an amazing planeswalker if you can cast it. Now the mana cost is pretty tough in two different ways. First of all, the mana value is 7, so that's a lot of mana. And then of course there's the double white and double black, which means it's very hard to splash. If you are not black and white, it's not easy to run this card. And well, even if you are, you still have to get to the 7 mana. And it's not the kind of color combination that is gonna have easy time going to 7 mana, but I suppose something like a Phyrexian Atlas, which comes quite late, is gonna be useful in decks with the Kaya. The other good cards are the Immobilizer, not like a premium common here. I guess the Raptor and the Chimney Rebel are fine, but I just take this for the reason that it simply is most fun card if you can play it. And we right away get some nasty decisions here because, well, in terms of, my first pick here, because the best common in the pack is Vorak, and it's a first pickable, it's a very strong common. The best uncommon in the pack is Rot Priest, and also the Retrofitter can be quite good, but it does require some help from the draft pod so that you get past some of the cheap artifacts that make this card very good. Now, Rot Priest is the best card out of the out of all these things. Of course, it is two colors. I mean, if I want to really force the Kaya, I should take something like a Flensing Raptor. The rare isn't really that amazing, it only copies artifacts. I mean, Rot Priest is better than the Vorak, but the Vorak actually allows maybe to splash the Kaya still. I don't know, I don't like splashing. I'm still taking the Vorak here, but I don't like really splashing for, double colors. But I don't want my draft to get totally, you know, wrecked by me forcing this Kaya if it seems like I just can't play it. For example, here, I guess I can take the Nimrazer Paladin. Troller Reg is another very good card. Blue is often open, and this pack has actually the synthesizer, which I would want to also have. When the pack comes back, it wouldn't be impossible, but I should take maybe the Nimrazer Paladin here. I wonder if I should have taken the black-green uncommon from the previous pack, but I kind of like to at least have the option to maybe splash this if I get really, a lot of fixing. I can splash for a double peep card. I mean, with the intention to be like green-black or green-white and then splash the double other thing. Right. All right. I suppose it would be very cool if I took the instead of the Vorak, I took the black-green uncommon because I could take the Rot Priest now and really try to beat the toxic deck. Now the Rot Priest is nowhere near as good in limited as it is in constructed. The 1-2 stat line is really not so great, and you can't usually have that many targeting spells yourself. And yeah, maybe your opponent has a few, but it's not as reliable to poison your opponent via the triggered ability as it is in limited than in constructed. So with all that said, am I supposed to take one of the I don't know, cultivator? I guess I'll take the Rot Priest still, but I'm not sure it is even the correct move here. Well, one thing is for sure, and it's that green is going to be open here. I still have the Predation and the Troll, which are, well, Troll of course isn't good in any other archetype than the ones featuring oil, but it is really good in that one. There's a Blake Nurse, which is not really such a great card, so it coming so late is not a surprise. I think I should take the Predation. It's actually quite good with the Rot Priest, of course. Spell that targets your thing. Yeah, I'll take the Predation here for now. And I actually don't know about my second color yet. It could be a green-white still. Well, this pack definitely doesn't have, that amazing options other than maybe the Charge of the Mites. I think the Flesh Cutter is cool, but maybe not so much in green-white. Green has some big creatures, so maybe the equipment is unnecessary there. I'll take the Charge of the Mites, it's fine. And, okay, Plague Nurse expands. Now, if I really want to splash the Kaya, I should take the expanse just to make as many, ways to splash it as possible. I guess I could be like, splashing with a paladin. I'm not even sure if I'm white yet though. I could take the Plague Nurse, that would be the boring pick. But hey, let's try to make the Kaya work. Yeah, I'll take the expanse now. I'll see where the draft takes me. Here I can take a pretty weak pack. I suppose I can take one of the atrocities, although I have a 5-drop I can already be playing. Alright, so now if I didn't try to splash the Kaya, I think I would just take the Necrogen Communion. Here I'm just taking the Atlas. Let's try to make the Kaya work, because it does seem like I will be playing green, so I will have double white and double black requirements. This kind of filters your mana, fixes your mana, but it does it by filtering. So this makes Kaya, an 8 mana card if you have to actually filter the mana to make the colors work. So I don't like it that much. I think I'll just take the Dross Pits here. And Long Legs, yeah, I need some early stuff. I know this is a best of 3 draft. Canopy is a nice sideboard card, but I don't actually have a lot of 2-drops, so let's take this for now. And Cultivator versus the Scrap Trap with 2 5-drops potentially can be playing. I don't think the Scrap Trap is that important. Cultivator is actually, fixing my mana for the... Okay, here I just take the Plague Nurse, I think. It actually does fix mana for Kaya, because with only 1 plains or with 1 swamp or, other land that produces white or black, I can untap it, so it's basically a double mana. It gives me double mana when I have only 1 land of the correct type, or the type I require 2 of. Okay, I got an Engulfer, which probably won't be played, but who knows. Alright, what a pack. This is a really good pack. And I'm pretty sure I know immediately what I'm gonna pick, but I'm just gonna highlight some options. Expanse number 2, actually this is the card I want to get back from here at pick number 9. It's at least the most likely one, but I wouldn't mind having maybe another Charge of the Mites and the Vivisection Evangelist. This deck has enough, toxic stuff that I could get the opponent to Corrupted status, and this would be fine here because I'm going to splash both black and white. But the easy pick is the Armored Scrap Coacher. It's a 2-drop, accelerates me and fixes my mana for the, not only for the Kaya but also all the other green and white, cards I'm gonna have here. So it's an easy pick here. And hopefully I'm getting something back from that pack. All right. Black Sun's Twilight. How about that? There's an Annihilating Glare. Yeah, I already have a Phyrexian Atlas, I have a Cultivator and a Scrap Coacher. And I have this thing to find me more mana, so it's quite possible to get to cast this at X equal 5 or more, in which case you get the 2 for 1, and it's great. I'm gonna take this here now. Okay, Melira. Anything else here? Because I don't actually have any reason to think I'm really like deep into black. I could just splash for the Kaya and the the Twilight and the Paladin here. So I could play Melira here as a 2-drop, because I don't think I really need. Yeah, I don't need this 4-drop. I'll take Melira here. It's a 2-mana 3/3. It's a very very good early play in defensive purposes. All right. Wow, man. Well, I'm happy to have these cards given to me at pick number 4, but I would be so happy if I was able to pick both the Vorak and the Scrap Coacher. Now, I do think the Scrap Coacher is still the choice here, but it would be so fine, so great to get also the Vorak. Seed Core actually doesn't allow me to fix mana for Kaya, because it's obviously not a she's not a Phyrexian creature spell, so I'm not gonna be considering that at all. I take the Scrap Coacher and I'm very unhappy about having to pass this thing, which would be very, very good. And I don't even get anything here that kind of makes it. I hope this pack had the Vorak, but I suppose I can take the Duelist, because with the Melira I kinda am playing maybe like green white as my base colors. I know there's a Stinging Hive Master, but I think I take the 2-drop here. Yeah, I'll take it. With the Melira I want to have access to white on turn 2 anyway. What is this? Oh man, so this is so crazy because I actually would just want to have the Thicket. It's a great mana fixing card here, especially for my early white cards. But there's another Voraker and even the Brutalizer. Oh man, I think I have to take the Voraker, but it's also something my mana curve can actually like. I do have actually more twos now already, so I'll take the 3-drop. But I'm very I'm very sad to pass the Thicket. I might even take the Thicket before the Brutalizer, but not gonna take it over the Vorak here. Okay, I'll take the Predation number 2 here. And okay, this is totally fine to take the Thirsting Roots, more fixing for Kaya. I would maybe even play the Paladin in this kind of deck because I'm already trying to play 1/7-drop, but Thirsting Roots is the kind of fixing I'm happy to play at multiple copies. And I got that the expanse from this was the pack I opened, and I said that the expanse is the most likely one to come back to me, and I will take it here. It's very not normal for me to. Well, first let's make the decision here. Another long legs, another 6/5. I think the long legs is more kind of a safer choice here. Here I will take the Canna before sideboard. I think my deck could run the better, but I also think I will have plenty enough playables so that I don't have to worry about it. Lattice Blade Mantis though. Could take the Fair Basilica too. I mean, this Mantis is good, but actually not exactly what my deck wants to necessarily do. I'll take the Basilica. I prefer my creatures have Toxic actually. So it's very, wow, what a open. Very not normal for me to splash for a double pipper because I mean this is kind of a twice double, but you could be like green white and splash black black or vice versa. But point is, I really don't do that often. But we are talking about a 7-drop, and I have enough fixing. It should be not too hard. But yeah, let's just take the White Sun's Twilight here. I mean, I'm already splashing for a Kaya. And I'm kinda green-white base colors here. So this of course is the great pick here. Other amazing option, well, I mean not amazing, but a good option would be the Skitterfang. It's usually gonna have a good mode for it. Lifelink and Flying the most likely ones that you want to use, but also the other two can work quite nicely. Alright, so there's a Green Sun's Twilight. Now this doesn't give me a Planeswalker. I mean, no, it's only creature and land of course. Now it still gives me, it kind of fixes mana too. But there's another Nimrazer Paladin. I'm actually, I have enough threes. Getting back something like a Vorak will be fantastic in this deck. Yeah, I don't have like big hitters to bring with it. I can get like a 4-drop of, yeah, I can't get, I mean, if I cast this with X equals 5 or more. I think the Paladin might be more interesting now. I'm not even sure if I play the Atrocity. Could also play the Basilisk in this deck, but let's take the 2 for 1. Getting back, Vorax is so great, and of course, getting back something like a Melir will be fine too. Another Thirsting Roots. I'm not sure how many I'm gonna play. Like, can I play 2 of these with 16 lands? Does it make any sense? I don't think I need a Sinew Dancer. I'm not exactly sure how easily I will be able to corrupt the opponent. Whisper of the Dross is like fine, but I guess I'll take the Thirsting Roots here now. Infectious Bite versus... Oh, what would be very nice here is the Dune Mover. Just 2-drop and fixes my mana, but Bite is quite good. And also, good with the Rot Priest. I just don't know how no... Do I want to even play the Rot Priest here? I have so many cards here, I don't even know what to do. Dune Mover fixes mana, this is just very good otherwise. I guess I'll take the Bite here, but... Yeah, I don't even know what what my deck is gonna look like because this is that's a fair number of lands. 4, but that's still 26 spells here, and here there's a Kalisa which I obviously take. I would maybe even take the Evangelist, but given I have all these 5s now, this wouldn't be such a high priority. But yeah, Kalisa is of course a crazy good bomber, and I'm splashing the black of course, so very nice pickup so late. Alright, so I'm not sure if I really care about another copy of the Cultivator here anymore. Yeah, it does fix my mana nicely, but I think I'll just take the Fair Basilica because it might be... I mean, I have to make so many cuts that I think one cultivator shall do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so here another Atlas. I'm not taking the 5-drop, I'm not taking the 4-drop here on Natural Restoration. Don't know about it. Glissa, by the way, is another very good pickup for the Nimracer Paladins I have here. But I think my deck might want to have the defensive 3-drop more than anything else, so I'll take that. Charge of the Mights number 2, Scythe Engulfer number 2. Yeah, I think the charge is the more likely card I want to play at multiple copies. I don't think I really want to often play 2 of those guys, so let's take this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna main deck all that though. I guess I'll take the Lattice Blade Mantis would be good for the mana curve. I guess I'll take it for the mana curve, but I wouldn't mind having the Skull Bomb with the creatures I have here. But this is a decent 4-drop. I won't always draw the Kaya, so I need to win, of course, via other ways too. This is a very late Ravager here. I don't think I needed another Thirsting Roots. Am I gonna take these, and just in case I want to... I mean, actually, I'm taking these for the sideboard. But the reasoning being that I have enough fixing to actually get to, play one mountain, and I can actually cast this. And against some decks, that 1 damage to everything will be really good. I don't need to troll for these decks. I'll take the uncommon. Sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna play any of that. I'm pretty sure of that. And Noxious Assault, not for this deck. Okay, so I have cards like Mace's Mantle, Mace Skull Bomb here, which I just know I won't be able to fit to this deck. So this is now 30 cards without any lands, and 18 creatures, 12 non-creatures. What are the easy cuts? I guess the Scythe Engulfer is the first easy cut here. I have maybe just about enough toxicness in this deck to kind of prefer toxic creatures over non-toxic ones. I think I will still play the Mantis though. Probably. Okay, Cultivator at 1 copy. Okay, this is like a 6-drop. Hopefully this is... this can be in some cases not a 7-drop, but actually you basically want it to be a 7-drop. Because you can make like 4 tokens and gain 4 life, 3 tokens and gain 3 life if you're really going to be able to win with usually poison by having the extra creatures. But mostly you just want to use this for for the mass removal. Funnily though, I saw in the draft the Green Sun's Twilight too, so I could have had all 3 in the deck, but I picked something else over it. What was it that I picked over the Green Sun's Twilight? Not even sure, but I'm... No, it was the Nimracer Paladin, maybe number 2. Alright. Well, let's now decide if I actually want to play white as a... as a color that plays these 2-drops. The thing is that the Duelist of Deep Fate and the Melira are both quite good. But my only white cards in the deck fell first before... No, I can actually do this. The only white cards are the Kaya and the White Sun's Twilight. And then a couple of these Charge of the Might, which I could, not play. And the 2-drops. So it is actually... I mean, it's kinda... It's tough to cut the white 2-drops. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to play enough white choices anyway to make them like semi-reliable to cast on turn 2. Maybe the Copper Longlegs is the kind of card I don't need to play in my main deck that much. Actually, that's correct because it's a good defensive card, but there are, decks that don't attack that much. And this is a best of 3 draft. I can just put this in my deck if the opponent is going to, has such an aggressive a deck that I need these 1/3s. I do have 2, 1/2s for 1, for example. These are able to trade with X1s, for instance. So I could cut both of the long legs. And okay, why is the Offer Immortality here? I guess I just randomly put it in my deck during draft. I have no intention of playing it. So I think I'm going to cut one charge of the mites, and now this would be. I don't think I really can play 15 lands. I won't be doing that, but I think I can play 14 lands with the double thirsting roots, double Wurak, Atlas here, and then there are the mana creatures that can add mana, but of course are not that reliable because they can eat her removal. Do I need the Tyrannax Atrocity? I think I might need it, because let's imagine I don't draw. Well, I suppose I have two rare ways to win the game. And I'm not saying Kaya always wins, but it's really, I mean, unless you are really behind, Kaya can easily win, because hexproof means they can't really use the, ossification of. Does ossification hit planeswalkers? I think. Anyway, there are a lot of common removal that also target planeswalkers. Well, they don't target Kaya because of the hexproof, and she has so much loyalty that you should be able to just keep her alive, unless you are really behind. So it's kind of an I win card, and of course the White Sun's Twilight, if you get to wipe the board with X equals 5 or more, it's quite of an I win, because you will be able to poison the opponent so easily with the mites. And my deck also can produce deal some poison damage before that happens even. So I guess that is two very good rares that can just win by itself. So how much do I need to focus on being able to win games where I don't get these rares? Because of course there's no guarantee I'm gonna draw either of them. With these 5 drops, the Tyrannax. I do like the Atrocity for one reason, and it's that I have so much mana accelerating that I can have the hasty 4/4 on turn 4. And that's quite a big thing, I think. Yeah, the Rot Priest is. I have like 3 cards that target my creature. I mean, I can choose to target my stuff with the Black Sun's Twilight, Charge of the Mites if I really want to. And in some cases I might want to if I win with the poison. But yeah, I have some synergy with this in these 3 fight and bite spells. And of course this makes opponents targeting spells make them have poison counters. Yeah, I'm going to cut. I think I'm going to cut 1 card, and then I'm run 16 lands with the double thirsting roots and the other stuff that give me mana. So I guess I could actually consider not playing the Lattice Blade Mantis. After all, it doesn't deal poison damage, and a lot of my stuff does. The only corrupted payoff is the Phyrexian Atlas here. But I think I can actually just win with poison too, because the Vorax can proliferate and Thirsting Roots can proliferate. So if I get to deal like 7 or 8 poison to the opponent, I can even win by proliferating. I could also choose to not play with the other Charge of the Mites. How many creatures I have? I have 15 here, so I don't necessarily get to use this as a reliable removal spell that much. Okay, fine, I'm actually cutting the second charge too. I have some removal here after all. So I'm gonna play it with this setup of spells, and then the lands will be, well, let's put first all these. I'm not sure if I should play these things, but I suppose I might as well. I don't fear about the tapped lands so much. Right. Now I won't be cracking these. The other thing is that I'm actually not going to crack these unless they are my third, color of that choice. Well, unless I have already cast both the double white cards, but I suppose I will have enough planes in the deck to make it still possible that I can have 3 white sources. Okay, I'm gonna play the tapped lands. I have so much mana production with the Scrap Gorges, and then the Cultivator can also, just tap for mana. Oh yeah, it's fine to play them. But how many? Well, first of all, let's see how many green sources I need to have. Well, the expanses count as those, but I really want to have the expanses mostly getting me swamps and plains. And I of course do need 2 of them both, just so that I can get my second plains and my second swamp. But okay, let's think the minimum count has to be 7, right? Well, I mean, this is pretty easy now, because if I do this, this is now 9 ways to get, green mana for at least for turn 2. I mean, only 7 ways to cast these these things on turn 1, but I mean this when you splash for Kaya, so that neither of you, so that your main color is something else than green, sorry, white or black, you are gonna have unreliable mana. Then I can add 2 swamps, 2 plains, and now this is so for turn 7. Because I care about the turn 7 double white for the Kaya and the White Sun's Twilight. That is still going to be like 4 lands that produce white, and maybe I can use an expanse to get one Phyrexian Atlas, 2 Thirsting Roots. Yeah, by the time I have 7 mana, I shouldn't be having too much trouble getting the White Sun's Twilight mana. I might have trouble getting the Kaya, because that would mean I can't have more than 3 forests, because if I have 4 forests, then I need to have still 4 other mana that have a combination of 2 white and 2 black. So, but I have other things that tap for mana, so maybe it's not such a big deal. I really would have wanted to have the green-white dual land here. That would have helped, I think, nicely here. But I think this is the mana base. Now this is only a few ways to get the black mana, but my first black spell is, well, Glissa is gonna be good at any turn. It's just a monster blocker. You can't attack into this without your own first striker, for instance. And then the other black cards are late game cards, so I don't care about the lack of black mana. I have a couple of white early drops, so yeah, I guess I could cut them and play like the long legs, but I mean, this shall be enough. These are also kind of fine-ish or later in the game, and not just on turn 2. Alright, so this is the deck. Okay. I'm gonna keep it because this at least has a bunch of my mana. Okay, well there's the Melira, but I can cast Melira on turn 4. Okay, this is gonna die to Hex Gold Slash, I believe. Oh, maybe they have the +2/+2 pump spell after all. Okay, well the Fair Basilica means that at least I have the white mana now. Okay, they're gonna go for the kill spell now, but it's fine. Kinda. Because I don't really need the cultivator, I don't have my 7 drops here. Bite. So Atlas. No, I'm gonna play the 3/3 now. Hope they don't have another removal spell, because I do need creatures for my removal to actually work, but we'll see. Okay, they are gonna block here. That's actually potentially quite good for me. Yeah, I can use the Ruthless, so the Infectious Bite as a response. Hopefully they don't have like 2 tricks. I guess they could have 2 tricks, but I mean, then it's gonna be a 2 for 2, and it's fine. I trade my Melira and my Infectious Bite on their 2 tricks they're gonna play, if they have 2. They have to make the first move anyway. Okay, so if they don't have the +2/+2 for 1 red mana, this is gonna be great. And they don't. Okay. That was a very risky play by the opponent. Now I need only to get something. I might even crack the Basilica here. There's not really any reason for me to much. I guess there's one reason to proliferate, it's the poison counter they have, and this will start. Okay, are they gonna kill the Atlas? Let's see. If they want to. The Atlas isn't really doing much here, so it would be kind of weird if they did. They did not. Alright, Glissa. Let's go, and I don't know about the Thirsting Roots yet, because I could get the plains. That would allow me to crack the Basilica. I have a double white with the Atlas, unless they really go for that. So So do I have mana to do it all? I might save it for the next turn if I really want to. So if I get the planes, play the planes. No, then I won't have. That's 6 total. No, I won't have mana to also crack the Basilica. So I'm gonna wait for one more turn here. Now they of course need removal for the Glissa. It will just totally get out of hand. That's a good card, but it's not removal for Glissa. Okay, so I think it's time to... do I want to crack this right now? Let's see first what I draw. Okay, so... I guess the safest way is just to... Okay, safest way is to just use the predation of... Yeah, I'll take this rather than... Now I can crack the Basilica for sure. So... Predation on the... Charforger maybe. Like this. And then I can go here. Okay, they actually allow me to connect with Glissa. I get to draw a card here. Oh, destroy... No, this is only enchantment. I can't destroy an artifact. It would be funny. It would be funny to kill the Slinger, but it's only enchantment. So let's draw a card here. Okay, and trade those guys there. And all right, I guess I can leave this for proliferating now. I have all my mana, even the ability to just crack the Basilica. Okay, I won't be needing this, I don't think. Let's first see if I can just connect with Glissa again. Draw a card. Okay, well, do I even want to show that? I mean, it would be a little bit of greedy move to not show it. Yeah. And how they are gonna sideboard or play differently. I'll just make them lose life here.
It's what you deserve.
At least I don't have to show the Twilight here.
You're not safe.
Alright. Black and red. Well, they kind of ran out of gas there, but they also did a risky block with the Aspirant and the Crescendo, so I got to 2 for 1 there. But I suppose they really didn't have any other spells than the Charforger and the 2/2. So does this mean I want to play my 1/3s? I mean, against black-red, you could see them having some early drops. But I suppose I didn't see them have anything else than the Slinger here. So maybe not. I mean, I'm talking about the long legs. There's nothing for the canopy, I mean, nothing worth siding it in. There's nothing, but not enough one toughness things to make the Ravager make my mana even worse. I guess I would just have to replace one of the forests with a mountain if I really wanted to side this in. Or maybe I just cut a spell and add a mountain. That would be a possibility too. I mean, my cards here are gonna work pretty well against most archetypes, so I don't think I see any particular reason to sideboard anything. Maybe like the Offering Mortality wouldn't be the worst against the Blazing Crescendo, but unless I see more pump spells from them, I don't think I'm gonna bother. Let's just ship the same deck here. Okay, well, I'm not gonna not keep this with Glissa and all this stuff. Basically, I need one any land, and this is gonna be great. So let's hope to get one. That's not it. I might even. I'm actually gonna do a. I'm not gonna thin my deck out of a land yet. I'm gonna do just the forest on turn 1, just to make it slightly more likely to draw a land on turn 2. I know if I draw a 2-drop I can't cast it, but it's worth it. Okay. So now I'm gonna just have to get a... I'm gonna get the swamp because I'm gonna try to get the white mana with the Borax here. Okay, so now the third draw. Do I not get a land in 3 draw steps? Moment of truth. There's only this X minus X minus. I can only kill 1 toughness creatures with that thing. Okay, well, that's that. I guess out of these, the least useful card is the Duelist of Deep Faith. So bye-bye that thing. Okay, well, I guess I can kill the 1/1 if I really want to. I think I might have to just to buy some time here. I need to draw a land and I need them to not have a removal for them. Okay, actually I might just play the Borak now. That is safer now, in fact, than the Kalisa. Let's get them one of the white sources now. Still need one for the Kaya, one of each for the Kaya, but I have another Borak here. A Graver. So they are having a Wolf charge. So now I basically need to play the Glisa because if they have more removal, I'm gonna lose anyway. Maybe next turn I can go the Vorak and Melira, but if they have more removal, I'm gonna go to 2 and it's gonna be very hard. I guess I can play the Plague Nurse. You know, at least it does dodge the Volt charge. Okay, fine. This is a more mana efficient play, so let's do it for now. I don't think I can maybe lose too many, because when you draw a card with this thing, you also lose 1 life, so I don't think I can do it that many times if they still can push for some damage here. If they have the +3/+1 pump spell, Chimney Rebel will survive this combat. So if they only attack with the Rebel, I'm still gonna be forced to block it. But if they're gonna attack with everything, I would... Okay, no, I'm dead now. I would have blocked the Slinger in that case. Although I would have lost to... Well, no, I don't know. Now there's no chance, really. Well, actually there is... If they just don't have any more removal, I mean, they just removed all my blockers there. So I can get the green mana source here. It's the most likely one I can find. And then, you know, cast the Melira to have 2 blockers, so I'm gonna take only the... one damage here. But of course, if they have anything, like anything, I'm just losing immediately. Yeah, the 2 removal spells they had. And then the fact I missed my third turn to replay because I didn't draw the land, that was all they needed here. I'm wondering how the game would have gone if I hit my 3-drop on turn 3. I would have been at least at a much higher life total. Alright, well, I mean, now I saw some aggression, but it's not like my 1/3s can deal with the Chimney Rebel. They have this removal here. That is damage based. That's a destroy. I mean, it's kind of tempting to play the Offer Immortality. This does counter all the kind of removal they have, and also work against the combat trick. Problem is that I don't really know what would I be cutting. I guess the Lattice Blade Mantis can be cut. It's not really. It seems like I'm on the defense here, so I'm gonna cut the Mantis and play the Offer Immortality. Try to get them their removal here. Just counter them. If I can leave 2 mana up, that is, but I'm gonna take the risk. I will be on the play anyway. Play first. Oh man. If this was the one that can untap lands, maybe this would be a keep. Oh man, what a hand. I mean, I have exactly this. I want to have a Scrap Coacher, I want to have a Contagious Vorak in my starting hand, but this is a fun lander. So if I don't draw any land, I can't cast the Scrap Coacher, and I'm on the play even. I have to mulligan this. It's just how it is. Okay, this is better. Can I cut one of the swamps here? I do need to. I mean, I don't have any, payoff for this rampage now, but at least I can play my stuff. Should probably play the Scrap Coacher. Just no, I guess they can have something that makes me want to have this being an untapped creature. Now they can do that. Doesn't actually matter so much. Although that would have been able to be a 3/3 at some point. Okay, well, don't think there's any reason for me to attack for one. I'd rather have 2 counters on the thing. That's another removal spell I haven't seen earlier. Okay, so Plague Nurse or the Basilisk. I guess now that I added a counter there, I should play the Plague Nurse instead. It is toxic too, so I might be able to do some toxic damage unless they have one of their removal spells again. Okay, Chimney Rabble can't. Okay, I'm actually going to be just well, let me see. I think I want to play the Ruthless Predation, getting rid of the Rabble here, and then I will. Do I have mana to do this all? So basically if I get a land here, I'm at 5 lands, this can untap 1, so that would be, well, 5 lands, but one of them would be tapped. This would untap though one. Okay, I think I have mana for everything. Let's go for it. Get the forest here. And then I should just predation here. And now they have to decide whether they want to take 2 poison and 4 damage or jump block with the 1/1. I am fine with either of those. Now all I need is one of my 7 drops and of course 1 more mana. Okay, they chose not to block in the end. Okay, so they can hit with the 2 power menace guide. I don't have to worry about that. That's gonna trade with the Plague Nurse, sadly. Well, maybe not if I don't attack with the Plague Nurse. If it can trade with the Echo Split Basilisk, I guess. Okay, well that. That will pick up the Basilisk, so I'm gonna definitely just attack with the Basilisk, because I don't mind. I mean, they might even take 2 poison. I mean, and I will, because if they don't block, the Paladin has nothing to return, so I don't think it's worth playing the Paladin, and that would mean I will just activate the Plague Nurse, which allows the Basilisk to deal 2 poison. Interestingly, they're rather jump blocking. Now they have a trick. Well, that's fine. I mean, they lose the token anyway, and this is fantastic because now that allows me to get it back with an Embracer Paladin. And this Paladin was, of course, an amazing draw. Okay, I have no artifacts. That's just a 2/2, no big deal. So whichever I'm gonna attack with is going to be blocked by the Skull Dweller. I guess I can attack with both of these things. Although they have a good double block on the Paladin with the Slinger and the Aspirant. Also. Well, yeah, that does, you know, change things a little bit. Maybe I'll just see what I'm going to draw here. I have a double bite with the Cultivator anyway. Yeah, this is fine. Because I can cast the Basilisk post-combat anyway. Because even the black X spell is gonna be very good. Okay, now that's nice. Because it can get me back a Nimbracer Paladin if I cast it with X equals 5 or more. Now, my another Ruthless Predation is here. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go for it. I don't think they have any easy kill here. I'm gonna just do this. If they have a pump spell, it's not gonna. This is gonna be 6 tough. If they have the +3/+1, it's not going to be enough. Okay, so now I can go and offer some trades here. Yeah, +3/+1 isn't gonna really help them make their guys survive. I mean, and of course now I don't have mana for the Basilisk, but it doesn't matter. One of these guys will survive this combat unless they have a... I mean, maybe it's also possible that they use one trick and then they lose all of their creatures. But I have pretty good draws in the deck here, so let's just push for some damage and poison. Yeah, they have the +3/+1 here now, that's pretty obvious. And they will, of course, net a card. They can play the... Oh, they didn't. Are they gonna just have a... I mean, it's not gonna be a Hex Gold Slash because that kills these 4 toughness guys anyway. A Volt Charge, sure. Well, that was a... I got 3 of their cards and they got 2 of my cards. And my top decks are... I know how good top decks they have, but I have a lot of good top decks. They also had 5 lands and yeah, maybe they hit a pocket of lands at some point too, although the card in their hand might just be a land. Now I can't actually cast Kaya. I was about to say it before I drew it, but even if I untap one of these things, I can't cast Kaya. But of course I need just another land regardless. So maybe if I draw a forest, that just means I won't be able to cast. Still, I won't be able to cast Kaya. All right. So I could crack the Fair Basilica by, you know, tapping for white mana, untapping it, and then cracking it. But obviously with Kaya in my hand, that doesn't seem very wise. Now, if they attack, am I going to block? They get the 1/1, but I can block the 1/1 myself with the 1/2. So I guess I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna play for time here. Okay, that is all I needed here. So I can exile that thing, but who cares? I'll make actually just I'm gonna +2 now. I will draw the cards when I can actually use them. I don't want to give them 1 scry because the 0 ability allows me to draw 2 and then they scry 1. I'd rather use the plus here for now. They can now give 1 poison to me or deal some damage to them, to the Kaya. Okay, they didn't have even a pump spell they were willing to use there. So okay, Necro Titan, but they have to sack this guy. All right, but I can just exile this. I mean, the -3 on Kaya is just, you know, it's just unreal. Exile target creature or enchantment. Create a token in 1/1. Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of your 6/6. How about? How does that sound? I get a 1/1. copy of this thing.
First you, then your
Although I
ghost.
actually have to sack a creature here, which I kind of missed. I mean, I wanted to exalt anyway, but I could have maybe want to use this ability first, because I think I'd rather have the 1/1 flyer. Although, do I have a double 2? No, double black card. I don't have. This is the only one that is double black. Yeah, I should have untapped a... because I'm gonna crack the Fair Basilica here. So I don't have that opportunity anymore. I should have done that before I use the exile ability. Unless I want to just... Is a 1/1 flyer even that good here? Actually, I don't think it is. I'd rather have the mana available here, so let's do this. That was still just, you know, exile the 6/6. Now, and I'm not going to attack with the cultivator now, because they might have the, you know, there's the 5 mana. Well, many things, but for instance, well, now it's different. There's a common hasty guy for 5 mana. But now that I have the scrap gorger here, maybe I should actually just... And I played the land for a reason, because if I draw 2 cards with this thing, I want to have my lands on the battlefield. Okay, now I can jump block with the scrap gorger if they have a hasty 4-power creature. They can crack the furnace, so they will have access to 2 new cards, but they will only have 6 mana here, I guess. If the 2 new cards are a 1... No, there's no 1 mana removal spell on the scrap gorger and then the 5 mana hasty guy. That's not gonna work. Oh, there was... Alright, this is actually... that with that draw, the things are really... I mean, they had the hasty guy that is the rare flyer. Alright, this is actually just... This is horrible. I mean, I'm gonna lose this guy if I don't get to draw something else now. Wow, they had the Dragon Wing Glider. I couldn't even use the... So basically Kaya only exiled one thing, and you know the Drain 3 was nice too, but I mean they have this crazy Dragon Wing Glider here. This is so horrible. That actually means that I will need to draw something very good here. Jimmy Rebel. Yep, that's very far from very good. Just get the planes here, why not? I have 3 basic lands in the deck. I mean, I really wanted to use the Kaya just once to draw the cards. That would have probably been enough even to beat the Dragon Wing Glider here. But I mean, I can still just draw my White Sun's Twilight and win the game. So it's not really... But I know if I don't draw like anything, I have some... No, do I have a removal spell? I don't know. Okay, and of course they can, you know, haste their guys. So even if I remove the... all the creatures, they can still play a creature and equip it. Yep. Come on. That's just not gonna do it. I can only get the Basilisk back here. Alright. I can attack with the Scrap Gorger because it will be a 3/3 now. But... So let's say if they block the Cultivator, I get to deal 3. I get to deal 3 in that case. I mean, that might be worth, you know, sacrificing the Cultivator to deal 3. Okay, fine, I'm gonna actually do that. But I have 1 turn to draw. The one thing about the Twilight is, by the way, it also gains you life. So I would gain 6 life currently. I have used both of my Ruthless Predations, but I haven't used my Instant Speed Bite spell, so I think it's at least 2 outs. Infectious Bite will work too, and the Twilight of course. Melira does not work. Yeah, I don't think there's like anything I can just attack with. I mean, even I don't even have. This is just waste of time because the opponent, of course, doesn't take 7 damage here. They have to block, and there's no way they are not blocking here. Maybe they can block the paladin. There's just no way they are not gonna. Yeah, this is just because I'm gonna die to the 4 damage. They can equip the Dune Mover anyway, even if they trade with the paladin. That's the thing. So they had to, I mean, it was the turn when I said they have to now, I leave a ground blocker for a 4 power hasty guy, and they had the dragon winning glider there. Well, I mean, I got my bomber too, and the mana to cast it, so I shouldn't be like too. It's not really unfair. They had a good deck, and they had a decent amount of, very good amount of removal. They had a bomb rare. They are allowed to have bomb rare when I have a couple of them at the cost of my mana, of course. So they are now thinking how they should block. I mean, if they block the paladin, that means that because I could have a +2 pump spell. White has one, green has the +2/+2 aura. So if they don't block the paladin, they are risking to lose to that. But if they do trade with the paladin and I have removal for the Dune Mover, then they don't have a lethal attack. So it's not an easy decision for them. And I know that whatever decision they make, I'm gonna lose anyway. So I'm just curious to see how they decide to do the block here. That's fine. And now they will be. I mean, all I can do is tap out for this thing, and then they have 100% information that I can't do anything. And why would they ever not equip the Dune Mover and attack? Because they're gonna face a lethal attack on my next turn. All right. Well, sad. Yeah, sadly they had exactly the rare hasty thing that flies, not just the ground hasty guy. But oh well. And I just realized that if I actually did sacrifice my cultivator and not the flyer, I would have been able to jump block with my flyer and get another activation for Kaya. When I had to sacrifice a creature when they, well, this is a good hand. I had to sacrifice a creature when they when they I mean I got a copy of their 6/6. Let's get the plains now, play the cross pits, then the forest, a couple of waraks should make all my mana very well functioning, even a paladin to bring back one of the waraks. But yeah, I wonder how the game would have gone if I got one jump block. Or would have even, I might not even have leave that as a blocker. Okay, let's hope to hit a land here. I don't care if it's a tapped land. Okay, because I can play the other Vorak, but of course now I can have the option to play the forest as well. Yeah, if I left the one flyer there in the previous game, I think I might have just attacked and leave the scrap coacher to block, just like I did with the cultivator. Now, if I had seen the dragon wing glider, maybe I would have played around it, but I had no idea they are having it in their deck. Now this is Hive Master, but what I can do with That thing is... I can just, you know, first of all, I can just block with the Vorak. And if they, for some reason, don't attack with the Hive Master, this will be a 5-4 when it attacks, so they can't trade with the Hive Master itself. And currently a double lock with these guys will make both of those die. Okay, so I wonder if I... Yeah, I guess Thirsting Roots will get me a Plains. Because I was thinking about getting a Swamp to maybe you know, crack this Dross Pits at some point, but I won't be cracking any Dross Pits unless I have already played my Kaya. I mean, or I have 3 Black Sauces. I maybe have to pause the recording while the opponent is making up their mind. Okay, I did pause and they almost ran out of all the timeouts, but now they played a land and have a head cleaver. I want to deal with that guy using the Ruthless Predation. Now they have an option to attack with the Hive Master. They chose not to. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to deal with the Menace Toxic 2 guy here. Especially because my hand is so strong, I just need to, you know, the game to last enough many turns to me to be able to realize all this. So that's gonna be a 5-4, 6-6 basically. Yeah, so if I actually use the Mantis on the head cleaver here and attack with it, yeah, it will be a 6-6 after the predation. I mean, I used the Mantis on the head cleaver using the predation, so it will be a 6-6, taking 2 damage. Yeah, so they still have to double block it. Okay, that's fine. And I could play the Vorak to get a land, but I can just play the Scrap Goacher. Just play the Scrap Goacher there. Post combat, and I guess maybe I could even attack with both. Maybe not though. I don't wanna take any poison here. If they wanna double block, I couldn't be happier. If they wanna jump block, well, that's very good for me too. And if they take 6, well, that's great too. So I mean, all the outcomes are very acceptable to me. Alright, that is totally fine. Like I said, they have a 1-1 thing, and well, they have a no pressure dealing capability right now. I have still plenty of gas in my hand. Oh, they have 3 colors as well. Another head cleaver, huh? Okay. Sure. So I have to be careful about you know, there's the indestructible trick, of course. That's a little bit annoying to deal with. When they have the Menace guy, but I suppose I have the Paladins to bring back my Waraks. So I do have 5 mana here. I could use my Thirsting Roots here now. Because despite me having 5 mana, yeah, I don't really have many plays here. I guess I'm just gonna play the Plague Nurse here after all. I'm gonna use this to get me a Plains here. I have 2 double white spells in the deck, and then I will play the Plague Nurse. And then I will double block the head cleaver. Now if they have some kind of trick to make that double block bad, I will at least get the Vorak back with the Paladin. No Spellspring. Okay, that is in a long game quite annoying card actually. Yeah. So they might even attack with the 1-1 just for one, just to get a counter here and a scry. And I think I would kill it. I know I could block it with the Scrap Goacher. Okay, they chose not to. Let's get rid of the head cleaver here. Okay, well, Black Sun's Twilight is quite nice. I guess it's better when I have a Paladin in my graveyard somewhere. Well, I'm not actually, you know... I guess I can just get the Mantis back. That's really gonna be good enough. Because I can just start aggressing here. X equals 5, so it actually has the better mode. Let's try to kill that guy. Oh man, this is back. They get that thing done. And now the question is, am I gonna take 1 poison here? Now I think it's definitely worth it. No, the 3 damage I can deal here. Besides, if I block this, it dies, and they get, you know, an oil counter here. Okay, Justice here. Sure. Okay, they actually leave this 1/1 to block, even though it can't block. Well, the Scrap Culture becomes a 3/3, so I'm gonna just attack with everything. They don't even have a good block with 2/1 here. Yeah, and I had all this gas still left here. Alright, so do I want to have something like a Carnivorous Canopy? It deals with the Wellspring, it deals with the Justiciar. Not that I care about the Justiciar, but this in a longer game might be a little bit annoying. I don't think I have any way to deal with artifacts other than this sideboard card in here. Nope. Charge of the Mites. No. I actually quite like this setup. Maybe the Mantis and the Atrocity are the most cuttable cards. Maybe against something, even the Basilisk. But I like the fact that it has the Toxic one, so it in an offensive sense, it's definitely more, you know, valuable than just a 1 power Death Toucher. 1 power Death Toucher with Toxic one is going to be more relevant. Yeah, the Rot Priest might, you know, I haven't really drawn it. I haven't actually played with it, so I don't know how it's gonna function. Now, if I had more targets for the Wellspring, for the artifact removal than just the Wellspring, but I don't. I'm gonna just keep the same deck again. Okay, well, this is an easy keep, of course. If the Scrap Culture gets dealt with, I still have like the turn 4 Plague Nurse, maybe if I just draw any land here. And at some point I will get the black mana. Okay, well, that's gonna be almost guarantees that I have good curving out here. Okay, well, that's that at least. If the first Vorak doesn't find me any land, the second one most likely will, or at least I will draw a land between the spells. I mean, I guess if I have 9 cards on top of my deck, well, 10 cards on top of my deck, so that none of them is a land, I might whiff totally here on making the Plague Nurse play. Chiromonix, okay, do they hit a rat? I saw 1 rat in the previous game, the 2/2, that dies on Proliferate. They did not, so I'll just play the Vorak, so I can try to trade with this thing if they attack. I know I could play the Plague Nurse though, but well, yeah, that's better actually. I should do it. I don't know why didn't I realize that I can play a 4-drop here now. I somehow thought that they're gonna kill the Scrap Culture and I have only a 3-drop available, but that was only my imagination. Kind of the worst case scenario there, which didn't happen. And I will snap block if they attack. I don't care if they have whatever they have. The Blackness is nice dealing poison, and I can't get it back with the Paladin. But I just want to make them use their tricks. At least they won't be adding to the board on this turn if they have a trick now. Okay, there's the natural 5th land here, so I think I can just kill the Carumonix now because just play this thing here. Yep. I'll take it. There's a White Sun's Twilight that I won't be drawing here. I'll take the second black though. And now I will use these just to be safe. And the Scrap Coacher will be a 3/3 on the next turn. I can, exile my own thing. I will exile the Predation because I still have the black, the Black Sun's Twilight that is able to bring back the Plague Nurse. Hive Master, okay. That is totally fantastic because I can now attack into that guy and then play the Paladin. Whichever they block will be... Well, of course I can exile this thing too. Whichever they block will be brought back by the Paladin here. They should maybe block the one that has... But that wasn't expected, but it's still fine because I have a block myself too. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter what mana I'm gonna leave up. Let's take another Fair Basilica here, sure. No reason to take any of this other stuff. I have enough mana and I have all the double casters I ever need. I have my both plains and both swamps, so I can even crack all the crackable lands here. More tricks maybe. Well, I'm happy to trade with a trick here. Nope. So I wonder what's up with that. Well, I guess they just wanted to make the trade on their own terms. But if they blocked, they would be actually at more life total now. Maybe they played around a trick. Basilisk, fine. Let's attack. I guess now I will be playing the Paladin finally. I mean, even if they take this, I can bring back the Borak that just died. Okay, they just take all the damage. This is funny. They have no intention about being scared about their life total being such a low one. And here, if they attack with the Basilisk, I just block, because this is gonna trade with one of my guys anyway. I don't think there's any reason for me to take the one poison here. Yeah, that was... They really didn't do any blocking there, and then they just conceded. I don't know what is in their hand, but my hand actually isn't that great. There's only one spell there. They have, because they missed their fourth land for so many turns, so that means they do have five cards in their hand. They just dropped the land here. They are all spells, and they have all the colors. So if they just blocked a little bit more, they could have stabilized and played their stuff. Now I had a couple of Fair Basilicas here, so I was, despite the number of lands in my hand, I was still able to draw multiple cards a turn. But, maybe the opponent could have survived for a bit longer. Well, if this Scrap Coacher survives, I have a Kalissa happening on turn 3. And if not, well, I'm having a Nissa happening on turn 3. I'm just gonna get the swamp right away. There's no point waiting. There's no white card in my hand or anything. Deep Fate Duelist. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just block that thing. Because they will always attack with it if they have a trick or not. There's no point taking 2 damage and 1 poison here. Okay, well now that's not gonna be the case because they have it as a 3/1. Okay, I have to take the damage now. Well, that is intriguing. I'm going to just play the Nissa now. Now it can't really do well with the... that means I will take another hit from the Duelist because it can only trade with the Duelist. Now I guess I can trade and then have the Nimracer Paladin, but I don't have my 4th land yet. That's a problem. I could also do the mana efficient thing and just play my Mantis, but I suppose I can play these and then if they, kill the Nissa, I will be able to block the 2 power creature they have. Take 2 fewer damage that way. And if they don't kill the Nissa, of course they will be very problematic for them, because this will get some value for me. But I will take 3 damage here. If I had my 4th land in my hand, and I would be guaranteed to cast this on the next turn, assuming the Scrap Coacher survives, maybe I would make the trade. But I don't have it, so I will take another poison and another 3 damage, and against a white deck, and white-red deck I mean, specifically, the poison doesn't matter. This is just a good 2-drop, and I don't think the poison is gonna matter at all here. Now I'm going to tap here for mana, because I have a ability to give this a poison counter. And I won't take suffering from there. Okay, there's the 5th land, that is nice. So this is an artifact, but this only kills enchantments. I have, of course, the Ruthless Predation and the Infectious Bite here. That is pretty good stuff. So how am I gonna do this turn? I'm definitely killing the Duelist of Deep Faith here. So I'm probably gonna do it now, just right away. But they are tapped out, and now this thing has meant this can attack as a. Well, first let's see. I think I might just do all the removal here. I can just use the Infectious Bite against the Punisher, and then I will go to 13 here. Get to draw a card, of course. And then I can just well, I can only play the Twilight thing or the Bite, so yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I will take 4 damage because they're most likely going to, equip the 2/2, and I take 1 in the air and 3 in the ground. This won't be a 3/3 yet. Oh, that is not nice, but I do think I need to. Well, at least I can now block the 2/2 on the ground, so I take only 5 now. Okay. But I need to kill the 4/5, and I can do it with if the Scrap Coacher survives. So jump blocking is out of question here, because I need the mana from the Scrap Coacher in order to kill the Strider here. Okay, they have only 1 more card in hand. Sadly, I have no creature card in my graveyard. Maybe they kill the Glissa. Yeah, I don't have to attack with Glissa, I can just use it to block the Strider, but the problem with that is that I'm actually losing to the Lookout here in that case. They can also haste up something else. Now I guess what I can do here is I can just play the Atrocity and jump block the Strider here, and then I get the Scrap Coacher back at least. I mean, I wanna actually try to raise them. Although they will have another. I mean, they can haste up something else, but is it gonna be 5 power? No, I'm actually gonna remove a counter from the Strider. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna take the life loss, because I can choose the Glissa's 3rd ability, which is that remove up to 3 counters from a permanent. So I'm gonna make them lose the final counter. Well, unless they're gonna Are they gonna jump block? I'm actually happy with any kind of jump blocks here, whether it's Glissa or the Atrocity here. But I assume they're gonna take a 7 here, and I'm gonna make the Strider lose its final counter, and then I'm gonna jump block the Strider here. And then... well, let's see what they do. They might want to block the Glissa here if they... okay, they don't. Maybe they were more concerned about the... maybe they were concerned about the poison or something. But yeah, I was thinking about that if they have like a high power creature in their hand, they might want to block the Glissa so that I don't get to do this. But it's also possible they didn't even factor in the possibility that I can make the Strider lose the counters. Okay, so now I'm gonna just jump block here for sure. I need to raise the lookout, that's how it goes. I need to raise the lookout here. Now this thing, when I get something back with the Black Sun's Twilight, it will enter tapped. Okay, they actually had it. Wow. They actually had a... so if this was Hasty Guy, I would have been in big trouble. Okay then. Well, I mean, there's not much... I'm glad I got the land. I actually didn't realize that I need the land here. Well, let's kill this guy now. Yeah, I need the blocker now. Because yeah, this thing enters tapped with the Twilight. So now they need some good top deck here. Of course I lose to a removal spell right away. So let's see if they can find one. Alright. That's exactly it. I think I did my best here. I mean, the decision to raise, I don't know, was that the correct one? But I mean, the opponent had to get lucky here. They had to, you know, they had an empty hand. Yeah, they had the crackable land, but they needed to find in top 2 cards a way to deal with the Glissa. If they didn't, I would only be taking 2 here. I would be at 4 still, and of course I could have just continue with the pressure. Now they can leave this at the block, which still means I can keep attacking with the Glissa, of course. But anyway, what can I do? They just got the stuff they needed, and here I think I will be playing Carnivorous Canopy. Do I? Okay, it doesn't actually do much. No, well, I saw only one flyer, and no, actually it's not worth it. It can kill with the Planetary Disruption, of course. But maybe the Copper Longlegs. Can I actually cast this in a game? Rat Priest is good enough to keep blocking the stuff. Guess the Longlegs can still be played rather than the Mantis, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna cut the Mantis and have 1 Longlegs here to have a little bit more early stuff here. But I'm a bit annoyed about how they just found the exactly were able to get the... they had an empty hand and 1 extra draw though, but I almost stabilized there. Alright, let's see if I can with this hand do something, although I'm not sure if this is gonna be very good if this Crab Coater is gonna get dealt with. And I might just play the Nimracer Paladin on 4 here if I had nothing. Opponent did mulligan here though. But yeah, if this survives, I mean, I just might want to play it on 4. Okay, that's actually a better idea. Okay, well, I guess they can do that. I'm missing my place here. Well, I kept a hand of that kind, so maybe that's just how it goes. Please don't have a Planetary Disruption on it right away. Pump Spell is a little bit too annoying now, but I guess that means they don't have I don't have the black mana though. If I had the black mana, it would be easy to block here. I can get it back with the Nimrazer Paladin. But this is one damage that can matter. Fine, let's do this. Let's say if they have 2 damage in here. They don't. Okay, so now I can play my Atrocity. Do I wanna... do I want to... The problem is I take 5 damage here, but also the Atrocity is quite nice. Then I can have the Wurak here. It's not like I can block the many skies, so yeah, let's just do this. But I'm taking at least 5 here now. But if the game goes long, the Flamestoker can be a problem. So I hope it doesn't go that long. Mostly because, you know, they get a free refill. There's nothing in the graveyard, so this thing hasn't really found any oil counters yet. So if this can get me a black or a white sauce, the Scrap Culture can make sure that the Kaya can... Okay, I still need one other actually, yeah. So I'm very far away from the Kaya yet. Okay, so let's see, they have 3 cards. And at 5 mana they might have the hasty 4/5. I need to keep that in my mind. Okay, they have multiple punishes. That's a really good one. That's a really good 3-drop. Okay, but there is the black one. Actually, now that means... Ah, man, it also means that... Does it mean I actually have to play defensively here? But if they have a tricks, it's so annoying. So let's see, if I attack with the Atrocity and I play my Wurak, I can still double block, you know, one of the punishers and hope that they don't get to kill the Scrap Culture as well. They are going to 6 poison now. Guess I might play the Paladin regardless here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna actually attack here. Let's see what they do. So now the Paladin is kind of good. Now the thing about the Wurak is that if they take one more hit from it, from this guy, one proliferate will be enough. And the Wurak does proliferate. So I'm actually gonna do it like this. And now I can have some kind of blocks at least. But they have a couple of jump blocks on the Atrocity, so that's why I'm not too convinced my plan is gonna work that well. They also know that these colors can of course have a bunch of proliferating, mostly black and green of course, so going to 9 poison would be extremely risky. I guess a double block with the Scrap Culture and the Paladin isn't that nasty because, I mean, they would have to deal 7 damage total to get rid of both of them. There's a +3/+1 trick, but that doesn't get rid of both of these. So unless they have like a couple of tricks, the double block is fairly safe. And of course if they like attack with everything, that's, you know, gonna leave them vulnerable to the Atrocity. But of course they might have a creature here still. Well, I guess I see very soon when they choose what to attack with. Okay. I'm gonna go for the double block here for sure. I do hope my Scrap Culture will survive because that's gonna be key in letting the Kaya... Oh, they actually choose to do that. I mean, Kaya won't survive now. I mean, not survive, I mean, Kaya won't be able to be cast now, but maybe it's not needed here. Okay, Melira. Quite good actually, I can use that. Yeah, I'm gonna use Melira here to save one of these guys. So it says exile Melira, choose another target artifact or creature When it's put into a graveyard this turn, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it will be untapped as well. So I should do this pre-combat. Because they are gonna double block. They are gonna double block with that setup here. So whichever they're gonna double, well, they are not gonna double block the Nimrazer Paladin because that would re-trigger the ETB. I guess they're gonna jump with the Scamp now. Yep, exactly. And I will get rid of the duelist here, I think. They will have a 2-3. I don't think I care. They can have a 2-3 by re-equipping this anyway. So let's do this. And let's get the atrocity back. And then I can play my Urak. Let's see what I'm going to find with it, because I might just proliferate, but... Well, I guess now I'm just one white mana away from Kaya, so... If it was just a forest, I would proliferate, but I'm not gonna do that now. Anyway, they are top decking now again. Now they can crack this, if they drew a land, they can crack this to draw 4 cards, and that's a lot. So if they didn't draw land, they can't do that right now. Because it's 7 minus the number of oil it has. It has 1 oil. So with 5 lands, it's not gonna happen. Because they can block and sack this if they have the mana for it. So that's probably not what they're gonna do now. Based on the amount of thinking they are doing. So maybe they have a trick of some kind in there, or maybe... I mean, if it's just a creature, they would play it, wouldn't they? Or they think about that. I mean, I'll just do this here. I don't have any reason to take damage here. Just trading with the Vorak, I guess. Another duelist. Okay, that was not great for them. Okay, well, there is the Kaya, so I... now they can take only one of these guys through. They're gonna double block it. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, Kaya will be good enough here, so let's just do this. Again, trade with the first strike attacker, and they go to 8 poison now. And I'm not gonna even show what land I'm gonna get there. I shouldn't die from 9 life here. Okay, there's the land, so they can now block and sack. But I can do something pretty nice as well. There's no reason for... I mean, I could pre-combat this thing. And then... No, it doesn't make any sense, really. I'll just do this, and I guess I'm gonna just plus Kaya. So it's gonna be a clock by herself. Because they will go to 5 and... don't think I need any... No, I'm gonna take a planes here still, because now I can crack the Basilic and still have mana for my second double white spell. But yeah, I'm gonna go to 12 here, so I don't think I'm gonna die here now. and this thing has hexproof, so can't deal with it using the what's the aura? Chimney Rabble, okay. But they also need a blocker for the Paladin, which they have at the 1-1. That was a good one, but of course they just drew 4 cards. Okay, they are gonna get rid of Kaya and... Well, maybe I can draw the cards now, or Black Sun's Twilight. And remember, it enters by... What would they... Okay, now I get it. Because, I mean, of course I can just exile this thing with Kaya, but now also with the Black Sun's Twilight, and then they, would lose unless they can deal with this guy with 2 mana. But Black Sun's Twilight, I was just saying that yes, this enters tapped, so getting back the atrocity wouldn't be that great. It has haste, but it can't attack when it's tapped. But of course, I think my play would have been just to kill this and force them to have some kind of an answer for this. There is actually one in this format when they have an equipment, the red uncommon that deals 5 damage, costs normally 3 mana, but it costs 1 less for each equipment they control. So that would be a 2 mana deal 5. So that would be like a out for them. Anyhow, let's just go to the 3rd game. Did I learn anything? I mean, they have a double Furnace Punisher, the Flame Stoker. Still nothing really that makes me want to have the Carnivorous Canopy here. I have actually good blocks on the Furnace Punishers. The 3-4 is good, of course. Unsurprisingly, Glissa is good to block anything, well, except for the first strikers. Vorak, Basilisk. The long legs I'm not so sure about. Now, they do help in the sense that it's 1 additional chip blocker for the menace guys. Now you need 2 to block those guys. It's also a little bit risky. I mean, my land base might be a little bit risky for this. I might take some punishment, but then again I have only 3 of these sacrificable lands, so I guess I can get my basics with the thirsting roots and stuff like that. Now, yeah, I think I'll leave the 1 long legs. I think this is fine enough. Let's just have the same deck and hope to maybe get the White Sun's Twilight cast at once. Okay, that is a good starting hand regardless. Getting the black mana here first makes the most sense. I'll just do it on my turn. Don't really think it's gonna affect how they will play their turn. Batter Feast, which I can... Well, I can't block it with Merlira, but I was gonna play this anyway. Now I could kill this with the Twilight, but I think I'm gonna go for the value here because I have the mana for it, and I can just trade my Vorak for it. No big deal. There's the Punisher, of course. But I don't get punished. I mean, I have this Basilisk, which is, I guess, a little bit safer than the Vorak, but the Vorak can give me the land. I guess I played my land for this turn, so it's not that necessary. The thing is that they have an instant speed kill spell on the... Well, but I guess if they have a pump spell, the Basilisk better blocker here. I can also play the Atlas and the Living Cure here. That wouldn't leave me any untapped Scrap Coaches, but then again I can just block the 2/2 token, get it back with the Paladin. I guess that is the best play. Get rid of the expanse there, because that allows me to, actually have them additional mana here. But yeah, they had a very good start, of course, on the play with the 3 power 2 drop and the 3/3 menace on turn 3. Now I did play it on, plays on turn 2 and turn 3 myself, but I'm still taking a lot of damage here, and okay, they have a disruption there, sure. Okay, well, I mean, that's not the worst. Can I use mana abilities? Nope. Activated ability, not even mana abilities. Alright, so I need to land now. Because... yeah, I'm just thinking if I should kill the Punisher right away. Because I'm gonna get the Melira back if I had, Well, I'm gonna get with the Paladin anyway, that's why I needed the land right away, but... point is that Black Sun's Twilight can give me the value too, but... I'm taking 4 damage from this menace guy. Should I just... kill it without the value? If I get to land with this thing, that still doesn't allow me to kill that thing. Even if it's an untapped one. Can I afford to take 4 here? I think I'm gonna take 4 here. That allows me to keep hitting my land drops ideally. Oh, what the f... wow. Well, that was just... I mean, I really thought that... well, I mean, sometimes you have to do that, and of course the... so me missing land and them having a Strider there... oh, did they actually make... they went to attacks accidentally. I mean, yeah, they forgot to use the Strider mana here, but it doesn't even matter because with my land drop here, I'm in such a bad shape. I'm in such a bad shape now. Okay. So I guess I'll get my green. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Well, the fact they didn't haste this guy up on the previous turn, that might save me, but... because I really wanted to keep hitting my land drops because it might be really... oh, come on, opponent. That's just insane. That is just insane. I mean, they had all the starting they had in here is just amazing. The fact they missed on this... are they actually gonna... okay, well, let's see what happens. I'm not sure. No, they can just attack with everything. Yeah, I mean, the fact they have these many guys, so I can go to 1 here by just trading with the Strider here, but I can't go to 0 here. Yeah, look at all this value I have here. It's just that they had the hasty guys, the menace guys. The fact this has menace, it's so relevant because, I can just block it if it didn't have it, and then block with the Strider with the Death Toucher. No big deal. Kill this guy with the Black Sun's Twilight. No big deal. But I mean, I can't double block the Skyward, and the problem with that is that I will be losing all my guys. But that's really the only option. Because I can block, I can block just the Strider here, I guess. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to 1. Because I now have the Vorak here, I need... no, I can't beat the menace here, it's just too much. Yeah, even if I double block the Skyward and I would take 7 damage, I would be at 3. Because I was at 10. I would be at 3, and then, I mean, yes, this Skyward wouldn't be there, but this would be. And even if Glissa could block it, I would still not be able to kill this thing. Yeah, this is just too much. I mean, even if they missed the 1 hasty attack with the Strider, it didn't matter because they had the Skywarden as well. I mean, I can kill this. It's just I don't have enough mana to do all I want to. They had the planar disruption. They just had a perfect curve there. There's nothing else to say about it. There's no beating. I need 4 blockers here because I have 1 removal, but after I use that, I have to use so much mana for it that I don't have. Another blocker. Now, if I had 6 mana, no, actually, no, I would need 7 mana actually. Yeah, would allow me to play the Twilight and the Kalissa. Well, that was a few losses that were very very close games, But sometimes you have these grindy decks and sort of a late game focused decks, and then the opponents who curve out fast. You don't get time to do your thing, because there were many games where if I just was able to stabilize. Of course, this deck has very strong late game with all the stuff it has. Sadly, I never got to cast this when I had 7 mana available. I don't think I really even drew this card, even other than in the one game where I was winning already. Yep. It's not like it would have saved me there in this last game, because just getting the tokens and a few life points wouldn't have mattered. So I needed the 7 mana for it. But they had the perfect start. Especially the disruptor on the scrap coaster just made it just a little bit slow for me to continue. And of course, this missing on the land contributed as well. I think this deck was quite good still, and then the card quality is quite good with the scrap coaster. How many rares do I have? Like a Kalissa, Kaya, White Sun's Twilight. This is the Black Sun's Twilight isn't such a great one, but it's still decent in this kind of deck that can actually easily get to the amount of mana when you get X equals 5 or more. Ideally, maybe, I guess the Melira is still a 2 mana 3/3, and it has the the relevant ability about saving your better creatures. So I think the Melira was a good inclusion in the deck regardless, but maybe the Duelist could have been something else, like a Kangaroo Bloom, for instance, from green. All right. Well, I mean, it was a deck worth playing. I mean, it's great that I at least got to use the Kaya a couple of times, but the hasty flying artifact, the rare, that was nasty in the first match, I think. Well, I got 1 win, and that's how it goes sometimes. I will see you in the next video, which will be Shadows over Innistrad. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.